Hello BookTube. Here to do an original tag. This is the Shakespeare Book Tag. And I was tagged by Cara over Wilde Book Garden. Thank you, Cara. Yeah, I'm glancing up there to make sure my camera's working. So here we go. This one took me a while to gather my books, but that's alright, that's cool. Much Ado About Nothing. Question number 1. Your favorite bickering couple whom everyone knows really care about each other. I'm going with Lane and Holston from Children of Time, because they bicker and go on for centuries in this, because they go in and out of cryo, suspended animation, so they've got the time. And I'm not going to ruin it by telling you what happens. Measure for Measure, a book whose plot, I'm assuming that was from The Merchant of Venice. I'm not much on Shakespeare. A book whose plot or genre is really hard to explain to other people. Slaughterhouse-Five, and that's just because it's all over the place as far as time and situations that Billy Pilgrim finds himself in. Still a great book. Midsummer Night's Dream, number 3. Your favorite book featuring fairies or elves. I don't have many of those, so I went with Terry Pratchett, Hogfather, because it's got a little bit of all of that stuff in it. Number 4, Hamlet. An underutilized female character. Well, it wouldn't be a book tag if I couldn't work Midworld in there, and I'm going to go with Brightly Go. She was basically just eye candy for Born and Losting to fight over. Number 5, the Sonnets. Choose your favorite poem. I'm going to go with James Still, Heritage, and I Shall Not Leave These Prisoning Hills is how that poem starts out. And it's about a guy who was actually born the next county over, and the poem has to do with him not wanting to leave this area, you know, with the hills and stuff. I know I moved away, I visited a few other countries, been in different states, and I just came back here. This is where we decided we wanted to live. Number 6, Richard III, a protagonist willing to do anything to get what they want. Randall Flagg, the walking dude from The Stand by Stephen King. That guy was... whew. Number 7, Anthony and Cleopatra. Your favorite trope. Bookish... something, I'm sorry. My script is terrible. Historical figure for which you still haven't found that perfect book. I'm going to go with Satanta. Not a book or a movie. And I saw this photograph when I was a kid, and it stuck with me for some reason. Because the guy looks like he could seriously mess you up. And with the exception of my stint of being Hoss from Bonanza, usually if we played Cowboys and Indians, which we did quite a bit when I was a kid because Westerns were popular, I was always an Indian, and this was before I found out my family was descended from Delawares. So it was Satanta. I was like, yeah, that guy just looks awesome. Oh, and by the way, after he got screwed over by the government, he threw himself out of a window when he was in the hospital. Killed himself, which always made me wonder if that's where Larry McMurtry got the idea for his Blue Duck character in Lonesome Dove, because he has a similar fate. I gave that away. Number 8, Titus Andronicus. A lesser-known work by a popular author, one which you want more people to read. Vic and Blood, A Boy and His Dog by Harlan Ellison. That's just a fascinating story. Even the movie was good with Don Johnson in it. You know, it's a boy and his dog are traveling the wasteland. They communicate telepathically. They're great friends. It's just an awesome, awesome story. Of course, a woman gets in the way, and well, we're gonna go any farther than that. Number 9, King Lear, a complex female villain or anti-hero. I'm gonna go with Portia, and that is just because Portia is a matriarchal. She pretty much controls the spiders all through all stages of their evolution. So she's really complex in that way because you have to grow with her through, you know, the centuries, and so that's number 9, Portia from Children of Time. 10, The Taming of the Shrew. Choose 2 polarizing books, one you loved, one you hated. It's kind of a toughie. I went with classics, so I don't want to say I hated these. The one I loved Slaughterhouse-Five. But, you know, when it come to Grapes of Wrath or Moby Dick, Grapes of Wrath was okay. Moby Dick, I just couldn't force myself through that. Sorry. Number 11, Give Me Your Hands If We Be Friends. Tag some people. Alright, Zalata. I'm tagging Zalata. Her channel's Matilda Gothika, WhattheGemini, Valicia, and Melissa and Barnsie Reid. So if you ladies want to do this tag, go for it. It's a fun one. Also a bit challenging too. So thank you, Cara, for the tag. I appreciate that.